Good morning, beautiful people. Thanks for tuning in. Let's touch in and see what message Spirit has to bring through for us today. So, what I'm hearing, I'm going to just try to do it word for word because it's coming through really quickly and not in little chunks. So, I'm hearing when you wake up in the morning and you're thinking about what the day may bring, make sure that you leave the possibilities as open as possible, because something happens to your energetic frequency and your energy in general, because there is stuff that you are radiating to the world, and that's what they're using the word energetic frequency. But there's also just energy that moves through your body, and gives you these hills and valleys throughout the day of keeping you going, keeping you motivated, keeping you able to engage. And something happens when you don't leave yourself open to all of the possibilities of what could happen, that you don't allow your energy to go as high as it possibly could, because you're looking for something. You're subconsciously looking for something to happen all day long. So you're kind of in this space where your energy is like looking for all the signs for this very, very specific thing to happen. And that this is what kind of leads to burnout and exhaustion and compassion fatigue and just not wanting to get up the next day and do it all over again. It's because there isn't enough energy in your body to keep your senses open to what is being presented to you when your senses are focused on looking for one very specific thing. So they're giving an example. So if you wake up and you are already expecting to go into work and have a very, very difficult conversation with your coworker, right? You're already expecting it. In a lot of cases, you are then presenting yourself in ways subconsciously for that difficult conversation to happen. It's kind of like that self-fulfilling prophecy. You're expecting something to happen and you're programming your brain to kind of give out all the signals to actually make that thing occur, right? But what you're also doing is you're putting your senses and your mind on alert to say, this is coming, it's making me feel it. I already feel uncomfortable about it. It's going to be a situation in which I feel unsafe. Pay attention, so that I can get myself out of there as quickly as possible, because that's what our bodies are meant to do. Our bodies are meant to keep an eye out for danger, keep a way out for situations where we're unsafe, so that we can protect ourselves, right? So you're pre-programming your mind and your body that morning, telling your senses to be on guard, right? Because this thing is going to happen. So when you have this image, something negative, also something positive, but we're going to focus on the negative portion today. When you pre-program your mind, something negative is going to happen. You're going to start acting in ways that is going to call that to the surface, even if you're not meaning to. You have already predicted it's going to happen. Your body and your mind are going to help that come into fruition, right? So the other thing that's happening is that you are putting your senses, and your mind on alert to watch for it happening. And that is exhausting. It's putting you in a fight or flight state from the moment you wake up. There is no 100% guarantee that the way you're picturing things unfolding in your mind is the way that it's going to show up. Yes. Do you have a difficult coworker? Yes. Let's say that you do. Do you know exactly every single word that's going to come out of their mouth? Do you know exactly every action they're going to take? Do you know that they are never going to be able to shift the behavior? No, you don't. But once you get into this pattern of looking for those things all the time and think that you're trying to protect yourself by anticipating it happening, what you're doing is just really, really depleting your energy. So even if something wasn't to happen that day, maybe they were in meetings all day and you never even saw them, you are putting just as much energy into the situation as if something actually had occurred. And this, again, this is where you just get exhausted because you're just like wasting, and they are using the word wasting, your energy from the moment you wake up. So, that's a very specific thing with the coworker. It could be other things at work where you're anticipating people asking too much of you, where you're asking people to, you're anticipating people asking you to cross your boundaries. And even though no one throughout the day has asked too much of you or asked you to cross any boundaries, your body still feels like they have, because you've put everything in place for your body to call that to the surface, just like subconsciously moving through the spaces, kind of calling out for it. And you have also been looking for it all day long. So it's just almost the same amount of energy had something actually occurred. So what they're saying is, when you wake up, yes, we want you to go through the world knowing that negative occurrences could happen throughout the day, as well as positive ones. But we want you to be open to whatever happens and being able to respond in the moment, rather than always planning in your head for the worst case scenario, because that's what exhausts you. So that's where they're going to leave this message with love and light. Take time to just open yourself up to possibilities and trust that you can protect yourself in the moment if need be. Don't protect yourself from moments that haven't occurred yet. And they're asking me to bring up this language that they taught me years ago, because I was one of this like always playing with the worst case scenario people as well, because it's a way of like protecting yourself. There's a difference between wondering about a situation and then wandering through a situation. So in your head, if you just want to like think about what the next day could bring, if you're wondering, you have to be able to open yourself to all the possibilities, including what could be true. What could be positive, right? It could have those worst case scenarios, but you also have to bring in some of those positive, like this is how it could just go perfectly well and easy tomorrow, right? And you don't stay long with each thought. You just kind of like skip through it of like, okay, this could happen, I would do this. This could happen, this would do this. This great thing could happen, and I would do this. And then you're done with it. And that's just wondering, right? It's really quick. You're meant to go through it kind of like a flip chart really quickly and see all of the different ways that it could play out. The other place is wandering, and this is where you get stuck. And this is where you do what they were kind of talking about, where in your head, you're playing through those worst case scenarios for the most part. You don't even bring in the things that are neutral. You don't even bring in the things that are possibly positive. You go through those worst case scenarios and you wander through it, that you get stuck in the moment. It's actually as if you're living through it. You're having the emotional feedback of those moments when it hasn't even occurred. You're playing out everything step by step, and you're actually in this imagined reality in your head, and you're emotionally engaged with it, and it acts just as your emotions would if you were actually experiencing that moment. And again, that is exhausting. So if you're one of those people who is working on feeling safe, is working on feeling kind of like needs a little bit more control in your life right now, they're saying it is okay to do that wondering. Remember that it's like skipping from stone to stone of like, okay, this could happen, this would be my response. Okay, move on. This could happen, this would be my response. Move on. You don't have to paint a picture of what room you would be in. Would they be holding a cup of coffee or not? What time of day would it be? Don't do any of that, because that gets you into wandering territory, and that's where you start experiencing it as it already happened, or it is happening in the moment, and your body can't tell the difference between a wandering moment where you're just playing through scenarios in your head and actual real life stuff happening to you. So that's where you start engaging your emotions and your body in ways that can be elevate your stress level, elevate your panic, elevate your depression, elevate your sense of isolation and being left out of situations. So just be careful. Wondering is okay. Wandering is not. And I'm going to leave that with you, Love and Light. Have a great day.